Right, so today what I'm going to be doing is a review on the new set of winter tyres that I've just had fitted to my Skoda Octavia VRS. Now that I've done over 2,000 miles with these tyres, I thought it would be a great time to review them. Unfortunately though, I didn't clean the car for this video, so you have to excuse me. So I live in the UK, and like 99% of other road users, we tend to just run summer tyres all year round. We then get one day of snow, the whole country comes to a standstill, and we all have a meltdown, pun intended. Unless you've got a few extra brain cells or you live far up north in the back of beyond, I can guarantee you haven't got winter tyres fitted to your car. So you're probably sat there thinking, why have I got winter tyres then? Well, let's be honest with you, I am highly intelligent and I know that I need winter tyres. No, to be honest, I am a high mileage driver. I do roughly 30,000 miles per year through various terrains cross country throughout the UK. However, in this instance, I was actually traveling to Eastern Europe, and where I am right now, it is mandatory to have winter tyres. Various countries in Europe either make it mandatory or required, or leave a bit of a grey area as to whether or not you need them, but generally speaking, most people throughout Eastern Europe and Europe fit winter tyres in the winter months and summer tyres in the summer months. Now, when buying a winter tyre, you want to make sure it's got the 3 peak mountain snowflake symbol on it, also known as the 3PMSF. What a mouthful. Which means it's got verified safety for snow conditions. Also, you want to make sure it's got the M+S lettering on it, which basically means mud plus snow, meaning the tyre is suitable for use in the mud and for use in the snow. Now, one of the big differences between winter and summer tyres is the fact that winter tyres are designed to work best below temperatures of 7 degrees Celsius. This basically means they're great at gripping cold roads, and because of the grooves in the tyres, when it fills with snow, the snow impacts better with snow when driving on it. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, this is the first set of winter tyres I've ever purchased for a car in over 15 years of driving. I'm showing my age now. If it wasn't mandatory, I would probably just run the summer tyres, but I've changed my mind completely after experiencing these tyres for the last 2,000 miles. So this was quite a daunting task, really daunting, to try and find the right ones. So, like we do, we go into Google, and then you get a whole array of different options, different makes, different opinions, reviews, all of these different things, and it's like information overload. You go down a rabbit hole and you never seem to pop back out of the rabbit hole because it's just overwhelming amount of information. And essentially, when you look at it, all you are doing is buying a set of rubber tyres. Now, to narrow down my search, I knew I did not want budgets because I've had budgets in the past and I've had nothing but bad experiences. So I knew we could rule out buying a budget tyre. The other thing, of course, I did not want to purchase a high-end tyre because, one, they're very expensive, and two, for the amount of use that these winter tyres are going to be used, it just wasn't necessary. So I wanted to find a good mid-range tyre for my car. Now, I was quite lucky because it was Black Friday and there was a lot of discount to be had out there. And one tyre manufacturer that kept coming back in my search returns for a mid-range winter tyre was Kumo. Now, I had never heard of Kumo in my whole life up until that point. So I decided to do some research on them. So I can hear you already asking, what tyres are they? They are the Kumho WinterCraft WP72s. There wasn't really much information out there on the tyres. There was a few videos of like unboxing or unwrapping the tyres and showing off the tread pattern, but there wasn't really any real life reviews. I found a little bit of information in Canada where people had said that they're really good over there and that Volkswagen and Audi use them as OEM tyres. So I knew that they would be quite a good tyre if they use them in Canada in the winter because the snow over there is very thick. Okay, so if you didn't know about Kumo, they are a Korean company and they are one of the most trusted tyre manufacturers in the world, which I did not know. So they have 3 plants in Korea, they have another 3 in China, and they have 1 in Vietnam, and they also have research and development centres in the US, the UK, Germany and China. Their tyres are sold in 180 different countries worldwide, and they produce over 68 million tyres a year. Fun fact. I'm only putting it out there just so you've got some information and confidence in who Kumo are, because I never knew who they were until obviously purchasing these tyres. I'm not endorsed or sponsored. This isn't an advert. So I decided to bite the bullet and buy these. They worked out just under £600 all round, so it's about £150 per corner, which in my opinion is very reasonable considering the high-end ones you can spend well in excess of £1,200, and you can get budgets also, which I did not want. Got them on blackcircles.com. They were very good. I'm not endorsed by them, not sponsored. They basically have a network of tyre fitting companies throughout the UK, and I got it booked in with one of their approved fitters down by the seaside where I live, and yeah, they're on the car. So I've done over 2,000 miles with these tyres now, and I'm going to tell you my experiences with them. So let's start with dry roads. When I've used these on dry roads like today, it's a nice sunny dry day, I wouldn't be able to tell you the difference between these and the Pirellis that I've had on here before, and there's literally no difference in my opinion. The grip is fine, there's no back ends coming out, there's no front end slipping out. It grips absolutely fine. Braking distances haven't changed, haven't altered. It's probably better now than it was before, dare I say. And also when putting away, there isn't any noticeable difference at gripping. The only thing I will say, if I ever go flat out with this car off of the lights, the wheels will spin. But it is a diesel with quite a bit of torque, so the front wheels will spin anyway, whatever tyres you put on. But generally speaking, dry roads, very good. Now let's talk about wet road driving and driving in the rain, which is extremely common in the UK. Now in the wet, these are very good. My confidence has definitely increased on corners in the wet with these tyres compared to previous tyres that I've had on here, like the Avons and the Pirellis. These are very good in the wet. There's no slipping or spinning or anything like that. Obviously you do get a little bit of aquaplaning like most tyres. Just because they're winter tyres doesn't mean you're exempt from that. They are C rated. They feel very good to me, no issues whatsoever. One thing I have noticed, which is quite funny actually, when I look in my mirror, I can see the water disperses at a very funny angle compared to previous tyres in the wet. I think that could be to do with the tyre grooves, but generally speaking, the stopping distances, the pulling away, the quartering, the traction, everything is very good in the wet. Okay, so you're all probably wondering, how do these tyres drive in the snow? And from my experience, they are absolutely brilliant. I was fortunate enough to experience snowfall here the other day, and it was great fun. Literally, my car grips, it handles, and it drives so well in the snow now, that rhymed, that I'm very happy. And that's why I bought these tyres. I've never experienced driving in the snow with proper winter tyres before. The last time I'd driven in snow was last year in the UK with summer tyres, and it weren't great. It was a bit of a bad experience, but these are amazing in the snow. I've done so many different tests with them. Right, brake test. Right, hill climb from standstill. I was stopping on hills, seeing if I could pull away. The car pulls away fine. Braking in the snow, brakes fine. Literally, I just can't fault them. The handling was good. I went through the sloshy stuff, I went through the icy stuff, everything, all areas with these tyres in the snow. It was great. The only thing I didn't get to test was that really thick snow, like powder snow, like extremely thick. But in them situations, I think you need snow chains or socks. But this was brilliant. Literally, I could just drive, and it felt like no different to driving in the wet or mud. So driving in the snow, highly recommend these tyres, because it's really given me a complete different attitude now on winter tyres. I didn't realise until driving in the snow how important they are and how much better and easier it makes your life. So yeah, the snow driving in these was great. And then let's talk about mud. So I accidentally got caught in a muddy lane whilst it was snowing, funnily enough, and I didn't even know it was muddy. All right, 2 for 1 here. We've got mud and snow, so they are capable of mud as well. I'm trying to reverse out because Google Maps has taken me the wrong way. I was driving along, which I thought was snow, but actually there was more mud underneath that snow, and it was sloshy mud, like, and the car was fine. It did slide a bit, but it was great. Yeah, it didn't get stuck. Wasn't really any wheel spinning, got me out of there fine, and yeah, it was a good experience. So generally speaking, in all the different terrains that I've tried so far, these have been great. Just everything I've used them for so far has been a very positive experience. Now, there's a few other things I want to go over, and that is fuel consumption. has my fuel consumption changed? Now, fuel consumption has been pretty much the same. It could be a little bit less, but I am doing a lot more city driving at the minute, so I couldn't really tell you, but generally speaking, the fuel consumption has been overall the same. They've got a C rating for fuel economy. Also, there is a speed and load index rating on there, which I think is 93V on this particular tyre. I believe that means the tyres are capable of going up to 149 miles per hour. I don't really drive that fast on a day-to-day basis, and I certainly wouldn't be doing it in the winter if I was going to along the autobahn. So that's not a problem for me. Now, you're probably wondering, how noisy are these tyres? Now, they officially are rated as 72 decibels. To me, I couldn't tell much of a difference between the previous Avons that I had on here on the motorway. Seems pretty much the same. They could be slightly louder, but that might be because I'm trying to listen out for extra noise. But I wouldn't be able to tell you the difference day to day. However, when I was driving in the snow, they do make a lot more noise than driving on a dry road, for example. But that is to be expected, because when you're driving on the sloshy stuff and snow and the crunching noises and all of that, it will be a lot louder. But how often are you constantly driving in the snow? And also, I reckon any tyre that is designed to be used in the winter will make more noise than your day-to-day summer tyre. So I hope that answers it. So yeah, nothing out of the ordinary in terms of road noise. I'm joking. Now, if you're wondering what size mine are, they are 225/40, and my rims are 19 inches. So they're quite big rims. I believe they do them in all different shapes and sizes. They do square versions, no, I'm joking, but they do all different sizes, of course. And this is what the beautiful tread pattern looks like. I just love how mean these tread patterns are. Take a look at them, these little grooves, and oh, it's just brilliant. I think the next thing we need to do is get a new set of wheels, because I've curbed every single one of these. So here is my final verdict on these tyres. I think they are brilliant. They're probably the best tyres I've had on my car, especially after experiencing them in the snow. They were great. Cannot fault these tyres whatsoever. So I would highly recommend anybody that's thinking about getting a set of winter tyres, do take a look into these Kumo WinterCraft WP72s. I believe they do other versions of the WinterCraft. I'm highly impressed. Of course, I can only use these really until about March, then I have to take them off, but I'm looking forward to using them again next year. And also, I'd like to say, if I do buy another car, I will be fitting these to them again, because for a good cost mid-range tyre, you can't go wrong. I don't think you can go wrong. I wouldn't want to budget on air, and I certainly don't want to be spending thousands of pounds on high end. So yeah, I really do hope this video has given you some sort of idea and confidence in buying a new set of tyres if you are out there looking. But from experience now, after using winter tyres, even if I don't go to Europe next year or the year after, I will definitely be fitting winter tyres in the winter in the UK from now on, because I have certainly noticed the difference. Hope this video has been useful, and I'll see you all again soon for my next one. Thanks for watching. Bye for now. Also, cats have been getting extra excited and walking all over my car, even on the roof. Ah, you're the culprit, are you?